All in Sports Network. We love sports.
Home to the cradle of basketball. Sports presented by the Unstable Blues.
Welcome back in. A pair of dominant performances one way and then the other. The Fever dominated the sky without Caitlin Clark. Then we're handed a loss in Atlanta from the Dream. We will discuss as we go all in.
That's correct. I'm Kevin. This is my wife, Alexis. And we are happy to present All Indiana Sports as part of the All In Sports and Rogue Media Sports Networks.
Congratulations to Kelsey Mitchell on being named Eastern Conference Player of the Week last week. Shout out to her.
Yep, she did great last week. Capped off with her performance against the Chicago Sky, the largest attended WNBA game ever.
Yeah.
Over 19,000 tickets sold.
Yeah. Well, okay, here's the thing. Like, I have to say, like, one thing that I did notice whenever we were watching the game, and I think I said this a couple times, so maybe I've jumped the gun on something you want to talk about.
No.
But I was like, you're mentioning that, and I'm like, why do we keep doing this, like, huge wide shot of the whole stadium and everything? Like, I'm like, what are they do? Like, and then I realized I was like, oh, primetime game. We're trying to show, like,
it was also the first ever primetime network WNBA game.
Yeah. So I mean, like, I get what they were trying to do.
Yeah. We knew some people personally that were there.
Yeah, we did.
Some friends from not even our area.
They just happened to be in the area and were able to catch the game and stuff. Yeah. So that was fun.
Unfortunately, they did not get to see Caitlin Clark, but can we please stop talking like the Fever need Caitlin Clark to beat Angel Reese in the Chicago Sky now? Can we?
There's literal crickets.
Can we?
Seriously.
I know Haley Vandersloot went down with an ACL. Tough to see that.
Oof, that was.
We don't like that, no matter what team it is.
We knew, like, automatically what would happen. We're like, that ACL.
Gave Haley Van Lith a chance to do what we think that she can do, who she can be. But, I mean, Angel Reese is still Angel Reese. It doesn't matter who's on the floor against her.
Yeah, well, I think it's funny. It's almost comical to watch her play now. It's almost comical to watch her play now because here's the thing. Like, she heard so much last year that she padded her rebounds and all the things, right?
Rebounds.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So anyway, she, padded that. And it's funny to see her to try to, like, play differently now. Like, she was trying to, like, lead some different plays and some things were happening. And, like, I get that, like, maybe at one point in time in her life when she was in high school, maybe she was the best player on the team and that would have been a different position for her, right? Or she had the best vision for her team or whatever. It's not her now. Like, it was funny. It was funny to see her. And she almost was like, oh, look at me. I look like I'm matured and, in my game and things like that. So I don't know. It was interesting to watch.
Indeed. I have nothing for this game other than we're going to go through a list of all the good things that happened against the Sky because there were many. Started off with strong defense. Yeah. Hold on. One step back. Stephanie White was out with a personal issue. Head coach.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
It is what it is.
Okay.
I think, like, okay.
I just, like, we've never seen Bill Belichick miss a game for a personal issue.
Yeah, but I'm not going to say that she wouldn't be able to miss a game.
Yeah. I mean, Greg Popovich missed, all the season for, medical reasons and things like that. She missed a game.
I'm sorry. I think there's a lot of things that she could be going through that we don't know that are behind the scenes that we do. She has no reason to validate anything of why she wasn't at a game. I'm sorry. I think that it's completely fine.
It's true. So the stand-in coach did incredibly well, especially as I watched some behind the scenes stuff.
I was gonna say I did too.
He knew
I
what
did
he
too
was doing.
today. Yeah, he absolutely did, and I think he did a really great job. I watched some of the the things that they posted from in the locker room and some things like that, and I really loved his calm demeanor and the way he handled himself. Talking to the girls and getting them ready in post game and like all the different things. I was really impressed. I thought it was like, okay, watching him just through TV, he looked like he was a little pretty nervous. And I was like, oh no.
Yep.
But I think he kind of like calmed into it. Like it was like, okay, we've got this. Yeah. And it was really, really fun to watch the girls on the bench helping coach and some things like that. So that was a lot of fun to get to watch that. So
So it started with strong defense on the one side, and then they were back to good ball movement, which is kind of a staple of Fever basketball.
Yeah.
And then Aaliyah Boston kind of as the hub of the offense. Everything kind of went and flew through her.
Yeah, she did a good job stepping up and playing that role really, really well this game. So I was impressed by her. DeWanna Bonner. What about those threes?
Yeah, she started hitting some of those outside shots that she's known to kind of stretch the floor for. And then Lexi Hull's shot selection, second in the WNBA in 3-point percentage, 2 for 2 from 3 in that game. And I firmly believe she is that successful in her percentage because she chooses well when she shoots it, and she's not gonna go for it if there's not a good high quality chance.
Yeah, I think that with Lexi Hull, this is jumping ahead a little bit, but watching tonight's game.
Oh, we'll get there.
I know. No, it's something that one of the
announcers.
Yeah, announcers was saying that I think that it was good, and I was like, yeah, I'm glad that they're starting to see that. That they said, there's definitely respect there for Lexi Hull. And I feel like last year, maybe she didn't get enough of that. And she's not looking for it. So it's fine. I'm not saying that. I just think I'm glad that people are starting to see that. And maybe I'm behind the ball and whatever. But
I always say to, pay attention to, money drives these, all players. And this is a contract year. This is the last year of her contract. So she's playing not only for a potential place on the Fever, she is auditioning for all of the other teams in the WNBA.
It would be
for a big payday.
Yeah, I know, but I know, I get it, but I really think she's a Fever girl. I get it. But I feel like she's an Indiana girl. I feel like she gels really well with the team. And I think that she is, I think she's a glue that they would really miss if she went someplace else.
Because she's a both sides player. She plays really tough defense. That's what she was originally known for. And now she's upped her offensive game.
And she's got a super calm demeanor that I think, especially when Caitlin is on the floor, that I think she's a calming force with Caitlin. And I love to see that, that go back and forth and play with each other. So
I figured you want to bring this one up.
Yeah, Aari. I was super, super impressed. I thought that she picked up pace really fast. I thought it did not look like that girl had never played with that team.
I know.
I was so impressed. And the first thing I said is they better not let her go. They've got to find space for her to.
We will discuss a little bit later.
I know, but that was the first thing I said.
12 points, 3 steals, 2 assists, 2 rebounds, and all hustle against the Chicago Sky.
Yeah. And she led the court well.
And then they had better free throw percentage. Always has been a struggle this season for some reason. 77% against the Sky. And even without Caitlin Clark, 20 assists as a team.
Yeah.
Passing the ball, unselfish play, willing to make the extra pass to make sure that you get a good look rather than a me look.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, I think that was something that I heard somebody say was they're doing a good job of choosing when to shoot instead of just. I mean, there is just
Sometimes shot
sometimes
clock's
you just
running out,
gotta,
you gotta go.
well,
Yeah.
but not only that, sometimes you're having a game where it's just not falling, and you just gotta keep the shots going. Like that's, I think sometimes you see players that then like get frustrated and they back away, but being able to keep that going. So
Speaking of shots not falling, that led to the Atlanta Dream game.
yeah,
Second game in Atlanta, the floor is still ugly, even though it was different. It still looks like a pieced together AAU floor.
I'm,
Some of these,
it just looks cheap.
it's a game on hardwood. Let's play it on hardwood.
Yeah, I mean,
Please.
I also think that, I don't know, like, do you see that for men's basketball?
In an effort to make it look fresh and new, you have made it look cheap.
Yeah, and I don't think that there needs to be anything different for women. I think it's, let's be classic. Let's play on hardwood. Let's play some ball.
Let's go.
Let's not play in an AA tournament that,
Yep. We could say the same thing about the ball, but we're not going to go there.
The ball, I got over it. Like, it is what it is. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you have to deal with that, that's fine. I don't like it either, but it is what it is.
Against the Dream, they started out good.
Yeah, but I said right away, like, I think they're flat. I think I felt like they were really flat to start out with, and I was like, like they just couldn't get like a flow going or something.
Well, you said they could never pull away.
Yeah.
They would, have a lead. They would you do the thing, but they could never pull away.
Yep. And even when we were only down like by 6 points, I think I said that I was like, it felt like 15 to 20 already at that point. So whenever you feel that way when you're watching a game, you know that it's flat and things are just not coming together the way they want to.
And largely, I mentioned WNBA is different from the NBA in the sense where you are down by 6. It's more difficult to get on a run and come back. It just is. I can't explain.
I wonder why that is.
I can't explain why, but as you watch, you're down by 6, you're more likely to end up down by 12 in a drop of a hat rather than make a run and, cut the lead to 2 or, tie it up and lead to a timeout for the other team.
Well, I wonder if, something I've talked about with athletes and just talking with our kids and things like that. It's really, really important that your leadership is seen on the court. So that means, you showed me the video of Hallie the other night, just constant on them on the court. Hey, win this minute. Hey, let's go. Come on. Let's, whatever he's doing, he's hyping.
Leading.
Yeah. He's leading and he's hyping his team up. And Caitlin really is that for the Fever. As far as other teams, they have to have that dynamic player that can get them back into a game. And I think that's a little bit harder harder in women's sports a little bit, maybe. I don't know. I could be totally wrong on that, but
better you saying it than me.
They'll come after me.
But Aari McDonald, though, again, had a game, not as much well-rounded, but still.
I think that was a team that she was playing too. Like
second highest point total, 14 points for her. But then on the other side of that, Lexi Hull had only 0 points.
Yeah.
And 5 fouls.
Yeah.
It was a off game for her, to say the least.
Yeah. Yeah, and she felt it. Like,
yeah,
it is what it is. I think they're at a point that we're like, okay, let's get Caitlin back. Don't you think they're like, okay, it's time now.
Right.
It's time.
Yeah. Well, and
I'm sure Caitlin feels that way as well.
We had a question as well, whether she was going to be in or not, because they had given this timetable, and this game was sort of on the fence of that timetable. So now,
hopefully next game,
it might bring up a deeper question that we may talk about in a second.
Oh,
but
no.
There was the second half collapse that started a little bit in the second quarter, but then the third quarter the Dream just kind of ran away with it.
Yeah, they did,
and never kind of looked back. That leads the Fever now with a 4-5 record overall, 2-1 in the Commissioner's Cup. Now 3 games in. Here we go. Last couple questions.
Okay.
Will Aari McDonald get a long-term contract with the Fever?
Man, I would feel.
You saw something. Did you research?
I didn't research. I didn't.
All right.
It would be a mistake to let her go. Like, I just think she's a dynamic player. And the way that she picked up pace and played with these girls, I just think it would be really, really, it just deepens your bench. I just think it's really smart. I think it's a smart move. If they can do it.
I hear you. That's the question then, is who leaves if that's the case? Because, I mean, yeah, looking at it, you got Sydney Colson at the position. You have as far as point guard, if that's where you're going to play her.
I don't know.
Caitlin,
Here's the other thing.
Colson and her, and I guess that's it. So 3.
I mean, I don't know.
All right. That's it.
I don't know.
There's the in-depth analysis. I don't know. It's great.
I hate to be that person that is just like, yeah, you could nix her. Like, I'm not going to do that. But I think that, yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Because Sophie Cunningham can, play that.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't. What I was going to say is I think that she can maybe be a little diverse. I don't know that she has to be stuck in that position, especially if a team can figure out how to use that position to their benefit for where their team is.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter how tall, how whatever. If they can figure out how to make her like a weapon, I would do it.
14 points is a weapon.
Yeah.
12 points is a weapon. I think there's been one game that she has played in where she did not score in double figures. That's a weapon. Offense, I don't know if you know this, but the team that scores the most points in a basketball game, they win.
Yeah.
And so in order to win, you have to score more points than the other team.
Yeah.
So scoring matters. There are lots of things that matter, but scoring definitely will help with that.
Yeah.
Will Caitlin Clark be back? When will Caitlin Clark be back?
I think I don't know that she'll be back the next game, but I think she will be by the next game.
Well, I mean, they do play, undefeated defending champions.
Yeah.
Well, that's all that we have for today. Liam and I are going to be back tomorrow to recap Game 3 of the NBA Finals as the series shifts to Indianapolis. And then we'll probably be back again with Game 4 that's going to happen on Friday before we're back because Fever play again on Saturday. Will Caitlin Clark be back to host the undefeated Liberty? Can the Fever build momentum moving forward? I don't know.
This is Alexis.
And this is Kevin.
Reminding you to stay all Indiana.
All in Sports Network. We love sports.